Hey, guess what? I got my truck back. Oh yeah. Of course I locked it. Let me check out my new mufflers I put on it. I did have to put a new gas cap on front, an unlocking one. And then I had to put the cap from the front on the back because this was leaking fuel, even though there's pretty much nothing in there. So we got it running good. We got the running operating temperature is pretty good. It's about normal, where it should be, about 190 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, it was running pretty good. I got a nice full tank of gas in it, and it's kind of sipping it actually compared to what it used to be. But let's unlock this thing, huh? We got a couple of issues. We got a fuel line that's finally just done freaking had it. A little dirty, needs a little cleaning. It got atomized. Freaking atom. Come on, clean it. However, it was running good. It was kind of had some interesting starting issues, and I think I figured it why. Because usually, see, we got the old carburetor back on, and usually when you go to start it, it just fires right up after it warms up. But this fuel line here is old as dirt, and it's a little bit hard, whereas this stuff is all soft and pliable. But so basically the fuel line is split internally, and it doesn't seal on this, so basically this just drains. All the air lets out and it just drains back into the carburetor, and it burns it all up. And then when you shut it off, do your thing, come back and go to start it up, and then it's until it pumps up full of fuel, and then it's fine. You're like, yeah, that's a bunch of. So I gotta go find some fuel line. If not, I have a plug I can put in this and just rob this. I don't really need that. Actually, you know what? I could just cut this in half and put it in here. So I think I might do something like that. And I put some Thrush turbo mufflers on it, as I showed you earlier. Kind of not really how I want them to be put in there, but that's just the only way it's gonna work. I have to add some coolant. It does. Like, I'm gonna have to get a new cap too. This cap's pretty done. At least it's full. The cap gasket's a little dickered. So I think one of the things I'm gonna take out. This cruise control doesn't work anymore, and I'm not gonna bother fixing it. So I'm not ripping that out. And that's starting to leak a little bit. What the hell is going on with this thing? I don't know. It's not perfect. This vacuum stuff it's not even really hooked up. I know it is pumping air into the engine like it should be, but all this vacuum stuff just never really worked. Vacuum Advance is leaks. We've already checked it for leaks, and it is no-go. Now I was able to see how responsive it is with that intake. It is actually fairly more responsive. It's breathing a lot better, and at an idle it rumbles, man. It's a rumbler, but then when you're driving it's quiet. It's kind of weird. We just changed the oil on it because it was nice and dirty from the other carburetor that was too big for it. It was just running really shitty. Now it's running good. Oil's still a little dirty, so I'll probably change it again next month and keep fresh oil. I put 10W40 in it, so it'll be a little bit harder for it to leak out the oil pan. But yeah, it looks good with that bumper on there. That was our holder for a while. So, oh, of course. Just fuel starts spraying out of it. Oh boy. There we go. I cut it right in half. This is actually a really good fuel line. And I cut that nice and square. Okay. Okay. That's a quarter as well. I'm not worried about this spilling and all, there's nothing in it. And there's all these freaking clamps down here. And it's a cold engine, so I think I have one too many clamps on here. Whoever worked on this truck had too many clamps on this thing. Oh yeah, they just cut that shit. I don't know if you can tell, but it's pretty, it's split. See that split right down in there? It's done. Yep, that's gonna have to do. This is kind of a botched fuel system setup, but I want to get an electric fuel pump on this. Okay. Oh, I just dropped a clamp. That was convenient. Okay, I don't think that's going anywhere anytime soon. Get our other lamp on here. Oh yeah, that is a much better fit. Okay, just snug. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Alright, let's see how this thing starts up. Hardly has any fuel, so. Oh yeah, we gotta fix that choke. Choke set really low. There we go. You hear how it rumbles? Look at that. Got about 2.5 PSI. It's not bubbling. That's good. Almost makes me want to replace the other fuel line down there. See if she'll stay running. I know you're definitely gonna slide around. We got good oil pressure. Oh. Interesting girl. Let's see if there's only stuff here. Okay. She's not perfect, but she's running good. I'm gonna go see what Adam's doing. Huh, check out what I just got for free. She's just been sitting out in her lady's backyard that I got the truck from. And I asked her if I could take it. She actually offered it to me when I first got the truck, and I kind of was like, I don't know. But then now I'm like, hey, you know, I could use it, and it fits. A little bit short on this end, but oh well. It was for a Dodge Ram. 02 and up. I don't know when this was made, but that's what it is. We're gonna have to do some work to it to get it fit and to get it to go under here. But yeah, I got a bed liner now. That's cool. And I have the rubber mat from our S10 under here, so it doesn't rub through the metal or the paint. So cool. I'm gonna have to do some working with the heat gun here. Maybe let it sit out in the sun. I also have to remove that eye bolt that's on that side. Okay. Washed her up real good. I actually used whisk laundry detergent. You can actually see the blue color. Man, it worked great. Got most of that fuel stain off there. Kind of want to get new tail lights so they're not faded. They're kind of old too. Got the wheels nice and clean. Got all the brake dust off of them. Oh man, I do want to get a new set of wheels for this thing. Get some aluminiums. And we got to get a steering alignment and tire rotation. This side's kind of getting eaten up a little bit. I know it's not the shocks. It's got brand new shocks on it. Well, they probably got about 8,000 miles on them so far. Had them on here since I bought the truck, so it's been about a year. So it's probably, yeah, it's got about a 7,000 or 8,000 miles on it. 20 or so fuel tanks. No, I'm kidding. One of the things, I don't know if I'll get to it today, but I think we're gonna drop the rear fuel tank, which is up here somewhere. Yep, right there. I think we're gonna drop it and see what's in there. Front tank's fairly clean. It's not sucking up any dirt, but the rear tank, man, it's pretty gnarly. Now for my new subscribers, in case you've missed it, this does have rear air ride. You know, factory leaf springs. And then it's just got that set of heavy duty airbags that I found at the yard. And surprisingly, they don't leak, they hold air. And they work great. I think we probably had about maybe close to 1,000 pounds worth of firewood back here. It was about, I mean, they were just in rounds. We had like 4 or 5 rounds in here, and this only sat down about maybe 2 inches. And we put air in it to sit, so they would sit just like this. And you know, the only thing that was a bit of an issue were the shocks. They're kind of soft. They're not really heavy duty ones, so it did bounce if you go over a big hump, and it would bounce with a pretty heavy load. So I probably end up getting some Rancho adjustable shocks for some Bilsteins back here, so that when I'm, you know, got a load of firewood, it's not bouncy when you go over overpasses that are kind of, you know, bumpy. Yeah, but anyways, she's nice and clean on the outside. I think I might work on the inside a little bit. And I'm thinking I've taken these door panels off, pulling this trim out. This is just held in with little metal tabs. And I think we might sand this down really good so it's nice and smooth. And we might end up just restoring these panels. These here just need to be re-screwed in somehow. Which you need to figure out. I'm almost tempted just to like remove it. It's held in with like one screw up here, that's it. Tempted just to remove those. Gotta find some screws so that we can hold it in. Maybe some slightly bigger ones. And I'm gonna keep it 2-wheel drive. I don't want to bother putting 4-wheel drive in, it's too much work. It's gonna be bad enough if I'm trying to put a manual transmission in it. And I think I'm gonna have to cut a spot in the floor there for the shifter. But it'll be well worth it. I'm gonna try and throw a 5-speed in it. And then should get better, way better gas mileage. And then when I get a chainsaw, we'll go wood cutting. Get this bed loaded up. Yeah.